And we are live. Good evening, everyone. Hope you guys are all doing well. It's very hot in here. I'm going to start sweating by the end of this. But yeah, welcome to the first episode of the Foxes 30. We're waiting for some of you guys to pop in tonight. Yeah, Foxes 30. It starts tonight. It should have started a few weeks ago. But as you guys know, we've had nothing to talk about really with Leicester. So yeah, that's the reason why it's took so long. But this is it. Foxes 30 begins tonight, a weekly or a few times a week we'll be doing a live stream talking all things Leicester. So yeah, welcome to the stream. We'll wait for some more of you guys to pop in today. Get involved in the chat. We're going to quickly speak about the Notts County game, today's game against OH Leuven. We look forward to some pre-season games, a bit of transfer news, and yeah, we can just talk random stuff if you guys want towards the end. So yeah, that is a plan. As always, we'll wait for some more guys to come in, share the stream around. That will be massively appreciated. But yeah, kicking things off, we're going to discuss obviously the pre-season so far. In particular, today's game, obviously that was a bit of an interesting one. So yeah, wait for some more guys to come in. If you haven't already, drop a like on the stream, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and then obviously get involved in the chat. So yeah, starting things off then, our pre-season so far. First game was obviously Notts County at Seagrave at home, kind of sort of thing. If you want to, it's actually hot already. Let's get the water open, boys. There we go. It is a hot one. I'm sweating already, but yeah, Notts County was obviously 2-1 to them, which was a bit of a disappointing one. But yeah, I think pre-season, I don't think we can really read too much into the actual result of the game. Obviously, it's more about fitness, but towards the end, if you look at the Sevilla game, Derby, Preston, that type of game, I think those are the type of games we need to be, picking up some results and obviously playing slightly better. So yeah, that is the plan. We're waiting for some more people to hop in tonight. I know obviously people are going to be doing stuff here. Obviously it gets quite hot. So if you're watching this back on playback, as always, drop a like and obviously get involved in the comments. But yeah, Notts County, I don't really think we can read too much into that game. It was a bit of just one of them really, first pre-season game. And yeah, just that kind of thing, wasn't it? So yeah, hello, welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing all right. Good to see some people in here tonight already. But yeah, Notts County, obviously, yeah, 2-1 loss. Can't really say too much about that. 2 corners, though, which I think we could obviously try and resolve in the future. But apart from that, I don't think we can really read too much into that one today. So yeah, Notts County first game. Yeah, it's just the first one. But yeah, quickly moving on. We'll come back to this a bit later on. Today's game against OH Leuven away was obviously our sister club, 3-3 today. A very interesting one. We'll go through the stats and the team a bit later on. But yeah, 3-3 draw. It's a bit of it's an interesting game. I'm not going to lie. A lot of goals, a lot of mistakes. Leicester having a very poor start in the first half, and then obviously the third kind of half, last 30 minutes or so. So yeah, it's an interesting one. Never heard of him, but yeah. To be honest, if you look at transfers quickly, I think it's just. We can't move anyone into the club before we move people out. So we just need to wait on and wait for some offers to come in. Really, then we can start moving things around. But right now, we're just kind of stuck in this position with most clubs like Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, Newcastle, West Ham, etc., all strengthening around us, and then we're kind of just in this little lull of not really doing anything really. So yeah, it's a bit of it's a difficult one, very transfer-wise, but yeah, get some questions in the chat, boys and girls. We'll talk about the OH Leuven game in a bit more detail in a few minutes' time. But yeah, transfer-wise, the main reason why we haven't signed anyone yet is because we have too many players, too many average players on high wages, really. Vestergaard, Bertrand, Hamza, those sort of players who will want to stay at Leicester because they're making a lot of money and they're just sat on the bench doing nothing. So yeah, it's just it's an interesting one, really. I've got to hydrate. But yeah, I think transfer-wise, we could see a few things going on in the future. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that front going forward, boys. But yeah, let's talk about the OH Leuven game then. Obviously, a draw. It doesn't really matter about pre-season. It's good to see us score 3 goals, but also disappointing to see us concede three. I think the way we conceded the goals were a bit unfortunate. The first goal coming about 20 seconds into the game, which was very pretty embarrassing, I do think, to be honest. It was Tamari Tamori who scored. Yeah, it was a good goal. James Justin with a lapse of concentration and at the far post, and yeah, that made it 1-0. A shocking start by Leicester, but yeah, first 15 minutes, I think we were all over the place. Really, I'm not gonna lie, pretty much just a shambles all over the shop. But are we actually? Is this stream going out? Because there's barely anyone in here tonight. I don't know what is going on, but yeah, I guess we'll just wait. But thanks to the people who are currently in the stream. I don't know why it hasn't gone out properly, but there we go. Typical. But yeah, the game today, obviously a slow start. We grew into the game a bit more. We had a few chances here and there. Scored some pretty decent goals. The Dewsbury Hall goal was definitely a standout goal. And yeah, apart from that, it was just a pretty scrappy type of game, really. But a game which I think we needed, to be honest. It was quite intense. The heat, obviously, it would have played a part, and I think that's going to prepare us quite nicely for the rest of the for the season ahead. So yeah, an interesting game today, but yeah, at least we scored a goal. Didn't concede from a corner, but made some sloppy mistakes. Don't look at Daniel Amarte and Daniel Everson really there. I think maybe just for the first goal. Yeah, obviously we played two separate sides. One the first half, which you would say was stronger. Obviously they scored two goals. The second half kind of team scored one, but I think the second half team looked a bit more threatening going forward, a bit more stable towards the back. Obviously there we played with a back three of Vestergaard and Marty, and I think it was Soji, wasn't it? So yeah, obviously first half went with Evans and Fofana at the back. So yeah, today's game, I think it's just one of them really. I think there's a bit of worry with how poor we were defensively. I think conceding two goals through mistakes and how quickly we conceded two goals, the first one, the third one. I think that's always a worrying sign. But yeah, I think it's just one of them really, isn't it, boys? Pre-season, it's better to get those mistakes out of the door now before the season, because we don't want to be conceding a goal in 20 seconds against Brentford on the opening day. So if it's going to happen, it has to happen today. But yeah, I don't want to see that again. We need to just step it up, really. I don't want to see us conceding a goal 20 seconds into a match, because that is just a bit embarrassing, really, to be honest, conceding 20 seconds against our sister club. So yeah, fair play to OH Leuven. They did look like a very decent and well-drilled side. I think they had a good system, attacking quite nicely. Defensively, they were a bit, I don't know what to say. They tried to play the ball out the back quite often, and sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. That showed with Leicester's third goal through Jamie Vardy. But yeah, it's one of them. I think they'll do quite well this year. They look very good going forward. If they can cause that amount of issues towards, no disrespect, they're going to cause a lot of teams problems in the Belgian league next season. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see how they do. I'll definitely be looking out to see. If you look at some of the pre-season games ahead for Leicester, obviously on Wednesday, I do believe we have Hull City away. That'll be a tough test for Leicester. It will be quite hot, like it is today. It'll be even hotter then. So I don't think that he's going to play a part in that. It'll probably benefit us. Then, of course, Saturday we've got a double header against Preston and Derby. I will be at the Derby County away game, so that should be decent. I don't know why no one's coming in tonight, boys. Must just be me, I guess. Disappointing, but we'll wait. But yeah, obviously Derby, Preston on Saturday, and then I believe it is just Sevilla until the season starts. So yeah, Brentford is not too long away now. We need to kickstart that game with a big win. It's going to be a tough game, but yeah, I think the more we build up in pre-season, the better we'll get. I think there was some signs today of Leicester performing pretty well. So yeah, we just keep building that, get a bit better defensively, and then we'll be cooking for the first game where hopefully we can pick up a win against Brentford at home on the 7th of August. I do think it is. But yeah, a bit more on the game today then. I think some players who stood out. That's just gone. Let me put that back up. There we go. Some players who stood out. I think Sammy Brayrook came on. I think he did a very decent job. In fact, did big Sammy Brayrook. So fair play to him for coming on, doing that. Did the basics right. Looked very solid in there. I know he only came on for about half an hour or so in the match, but yeah, I think he did do all right. Did Sammy Brayrook. Vestergaard, I think he actually quite well, to be honest. Big Yannick, my boy. So yeah, big up to Vestergaard. keep getting some stuff in the chat, boys and girls. Let us know your thoughts on the game today against OH Leuven away. Obviously, 3-3 draw. Bit of an interesting one. Is the stream working all right? Because no one's really said. I had a few connection issues before the start, so I just want to double check that it's actually working. There we go. We need fresh lads and get that dead. Yeah, that's what we need. But it's just a question of if we can do it, because we got too many players in the club, and they just want to stay there because lots of Bertrand, Vestergaard, all them type of people, Chowdhury, etc. They're getting paid like 50, 60 grand a week, even more than that, just to be sat on the bench. And I think me, you, and everyone would be happy to do that. No real offers that came in because they haven't really played any games, so it's just tough really to let them go. So I think we've dug ourselves into a bit of a hole here, to be honest, transfer wise. I would have thought that they would have, figured out a bit better of a transfer plan than this. But yeah, this is the situation we're in, and we've got to deal with it. And we've got to sign someone. Yeah, we just need. I think the squad we have is good. The first 11's good. It's just the defense really. No, it's not the defense. I read that comment. It's the squad depth. Talking of defense, there you go. Defense again. It just blows my mind how bad the defense is. It was individual errors. I'll admit that. Iverson's error was a bit poor. I know he's only young, but people bigged him up. People were saying he's better. He can be the Schmeichel replacement, but yeah, I think he needs to do a bit better than that. Amati, that's just a classic Amati error. If that was Vestergaard, people would have given him a lot of stick. But yeah, I think it's just one of them. I do like big Daniel Amati there, the Ghanaian excellence. But yeah, just defensive errors again, weren't it, really? Sleeping. How can you concede a goal? 20 seconds? 20 seconds into a match against your sister club. I thought I was watching like some replay or something. 20 seconds. If we did that against Brentford, it's going to be a bit embarrassing. But yeah, like I said earlier on in the stream, get that out of the system, leave it there, and don't do it again. Pratt played, yeah, he did actually. I was going to say about him, Dennis Pratt. I've always liked Dennis Pratt, to be honest. I'm not really sure why we loaned him out, to be honest. Although I don't think Brendan's a big fan of him for some reason. But yeah, Dennis Pratt, he's very solid on the ball. He's got a great pass. He's not the fastest of players, but you don't need to be that fast. I think he's faster than Tillemans, to be honest. He's a Belgium international. He's a good player, and so yeah, I think hopefully we can keep hold of him. But knowing Leicester and Rodgers will probably sell him because we have to sell someone to sign anyone. But yeah, Dennis Pratt's good. I want to see him play next year. 100%. 100%. Who else was good? Let me think. Barnes, his end product was poor, but his actual ability to get into the place for the end product was pretty good. Took on a few players quite well. I think Tillemans was pretty good when he came on for the second half kind of thing. So yeah, I think Tillemans did all right. Who else? Iheanacho, he had a few good attempts, but nothing. Obviously, didn't score. Had a few close ones here and there. Castagna was pretty solid. I said earlier on, big Sammy Braybrook. I thought he looked quite good in there as well. So yeah, I think bit of an interesting game today, but yeah. I know, innit? He was mad. We need to sign him. This is our sister club. We should be signing these guys. He had like Amara's regen on the right hand side as well. Why can't we sign him? It's mad. Some of their players for that, I didn't expect them to be so good, but clearly the Belgium league is pretty good. And I think looking at that, we should probably try and sign some of their players really, but we probably won't. We'll probably just sign some random ass guy. We'll talk a bit about transfers later on. Is the stream all working all right? Because I don't really know what is going on. I had a few connection issues at the start. Plus, it's flipping roasting in there. I should have put a fan on, and I haven't. I'm not getting up to do it now. So yeah, I'm gonna have to keep drinking that water now and again. But yeah, I think today's game. Obviously, we don't want to speak about it too much. It's only pre-season. It doesn't really mean like the end of it. It doesn't mean much. But yeah, I think overall it's a good run out. We had some decent goals, and I guess maybe one was decent. The Vardy goal was a tap in, and then the second goal I haven't talked about. That was a pretty good goal. That was big James Madison flick over the top, Patson Daka with the header. So yeah, that was very nice to see the goal won by big Patson Daka. Hopefully he can score a few more as the season goes on. But yeah, that's about it really. Obviously, the team he went with, it was split. First half, we had Iverson in goal, Ricardo, Soyuncu, Fofana, and now I forgot the flipping name. Who was it? James Justin. Obviously, I don't think he had a good game, to be honest. did Big JJ. But yeah, it was good to see Booba have a bit of a game. Didn't really play too well, but it was good to see Brennan give him a chance. So we'll see how that one goes. Maybe we'll sell him to free up some space. I'll be disappointed, but I wouldn't be against it. If it means we can sign someone like Sangare, I would be very happy. Talking of transfers, and let's have a chat about the transfers. Obviously, we have a few videos in the week about transfers if anything does happen. But yeah, I don't think YouTube has sent the notifications out for this stream. Disappointing. But yeah, transfer news wise, nothing really. James Maddison's been linked with a move to Tottenham, which is never going to happen in a million years. He can click this, whatever. It's not going to happen. So no need to be worried about that one. Cannot see Maddison going there. Any other ones? Nicholas Pepe was been talked about for 15 mil. It's not, is it 15? I'm not sure how it is. Something like that, 15, 20 mil. I think it's surprising me, but I wouldn't be against that happening, to be honest. I think he'll be a decent signing, but it's a bit of a weird one. I don't really know where that's really came from. Nothing new on Beauregard, nothing new on Kochku, or Kotku, whatever his name is. Just nothing really, has there? I think the only big thing we've seen the last few days is Castagna being linked with a move to Inter Milan. That's the big news. That's literally it. We've just got nothing, man. I thought this summer I was gonna be grinding out a video like almost every day about a new player joining, a new rumour. We just had flipping nothing. We haven't even had like one concrete rumour where something's gonna happen. But there you go. That's it. Maybe we'll do Tottenham in 2018, sign no one, and get to a final and maybe win something. Obviously Tottenham didn't do that, but yeah, I just don't understand really. It's just I thought the recruitment and Rodgers would have maybe thought about this situation with having too many players in the squad and on high wages, but clearly not. Clearly not. So I think, yeah, it's a bit disappointing, to be honest, how this window's gone so far. Obviously, we've still got a few weeks left of it, but I can't really see too much happening and too much changing. So yeah, it's just disappointing, man. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier on. I think this season may be a bit of a tough one. I still back us to do well, but with the team strengthening around us, so like I said, Crystal Palace are bringing a few good players. Aston Villa consistently buys some pretty good players. They're bringing Kamara, Coutinho on a permanent, Diego Carlos as well. They're looking at like other players as well. So I think that'll be a threat as well next season. Apart from that, who else is strengthening? West Ham, Southampton are bringing some good players. Leeds, they're bringing some good players. I don't think they'll challenge for us. But yeah, just like I said, a lot of teams are freshening things up. Obviously, it may not have a big impact. We saw that with Leicester, obviously bring Samara, Daka, all these players in last year, and it hasn't really worked. So fingers crossed for us that happens to those teams. But yeah, it's definitely going to be more competitive next year, and we're going to struggle in a few more games. But I do back us to do a bit better this year. Hopefully, we can do, because if not, I'm not going to be happy, because I want to push for Europe this year. I think. Obviously, we're not playing Europe this year, so there's no Thursday night rubbish. So yeah, get rid of that game each week. Saturday, or maybe Sunday, and then I think we can probably push on and try and do a bit better. So yeah, this season I think we can do a bit better, but with the team strengthening around us, it may be a bit more difficult. So we'll have to see what happens, boys and girls. Hello to Leicester City supporter 2011. There we go. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing all right. Drop like, get some comments in, boys and girls. Yeah, I don't think YouTube will send notifications out tonight. So there we go. But yeah, we're having a bit of talk about the Leuven game today, Leuven, whatever they're called. The transfer news, obviously. Another preseason game on the horizon against Hull. So hopefully we can get a W that one, even though it doesn't really matter. But it would be good to see us win a game, because we haven't won a game in Southampton at home on the last game of the season. But yeah, the season's just around the corner, boys. So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I think this season is going to be an interesting one. I think it's going to be one of the best Prem seasons, even though the last few have been good. I think it's going to be a big mix of teams doing well, some teams cooling down the table. There's going to be a lot of shock results, I think, and especially 7th to like 15th is going to be incredibly close, and Leicester are probably going to be in that scrap. So let's hope we're towards the top of it and not in a relegation scrap. Some people have been saying we're going to be in a relegation scrap. Can't see that happening, but yeah, you never know. If we get some injuries, I think it might be a bit screwed. But yeah, fingers crossed the medical department can. What is going on with my hair? Jesus Christ! I should have put the hat on today, boys. It's not Sportsa video without the hat, is it? But yeah, today's game, I think it was a bit of an interesting one. Like I said, a lot of it was a good game though. It was a good game to watch. It's good to get us in the swing of things ahead of the new season, and yeah, get some thoughts in the chat, boys. Transfer news. Who do you guys want to see us sign realistically? Who should we sell to obviously free up space to actually sign someone? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, in the chat, that type of thing. But yeah, for me, we need to get rid of Hamza. I got the new Leicester kit. Why the hell have you got a Nottingham Forest badge then, son? Fair play though. Cheers for giving us some money. 63 quid. And let's go. Hopefully that can give us some funds for some transfer. So yeah, cheers for that one. I guess. But yeah, the new kit is actually pretty nice. It looks better. It looks better in person than on like photos. So if you want to see the new kit, go and watch the video I did the other week unboxing the kit. So there we go. Cheeky plug on that one. But yeah, the new kit, I actually think it looks quite good. Obviously, you can't really see it because it's a bad angle. But yeah, it is a nice one. 63 quid's a rip off. I got it for 33 quid though. So there we go. Gift card FC at the back post. But yeah, it's a bit of a rip off in it, but yeah, it's what it is. But Leicester are good. It's definitely it's a troll account, isn't it, bro? Troll account. Leicester are good. I know we are good. We're absolutely massive, mate, and that's why the FA Cup result happened last year, which we're not going to speak about. But yeah, this year we're going to get payback on them. I hope so. Looking forward to that one. 1st of October, I think the date is. So yeah, bring it on. That's how it's. My hair's an absolute shambles today, isn't it? Look at it. Let's get the hat on. Let's end the stream off. Let's bring the hat on. The trusty icon hat. It's at a bad angle, but yeah, there we go. Sorted. But yeah, transfer news then. Obviously, nothing as of yet. Nothing concrete right now. Obviously, there'll be a video if anything does happen. If that is going to happen, I'm not too sure. But yeah, that's wonky in it. But yeah. We'll see what happens, boys and girls. Like I said a few times, the reason why we're not signing anyone is because we've got the next session of too many players in the club, and yeah, just not enough space really to sign anyone to get into the first Premier League squad, which I think has to be submitted pretty soon. So that's going to be interesting to see how that one does fare out. But yeah, obviously keep getting their comments in the chat, boys. Anything really, we can talk about anything for the last 8 minutes or so. Obviously, it's a bit of a dead one tonight because there's nothing too much to talk about. But I thought I'd go live for the first time in a while, and obviously when the new season starts, I'll be more consistent videos and content around Leicester, obviously, as we always do. So yeah, boys, that is the plan. Of course, Hull City on Wednesday night. Then we've got a double header on Saturday. I'm going to the Derby match, so there will be a match day vlog, I think, for that one potentially. It should be. It should be good anyway. Who cares about the result really? Let's go for the day out up the Derby. So yeah, at Pride Park should be a good one with the boys. But yeah, then of course we've got Sevilla on the final. I think it's on a Saturday or Sunday. And then it is big Brentford, first game of the year of the season. Sorry, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. Should be class. Hopefully, we can see some new signings as well, which is very unlikely. But yeah, it would have been good today to see some new signings come out, wouldn't it? But sadly, we're doing absolutely nothing, and I can't even see us signing anyone for the next 2 weeks, to be honest, because we're linked with absolutely nobody. So who knows what's going to happen, boys? I know as much as you because there's just nothing to talk about. It's actually painful. Hello, Stefan. Welcome to the stream. Hello to Sportsa. There you go. Welcome, lad. Hope you're doing okay. But yeah, we're just quickly talking about some random transfer news, really. Obviously, there's no real news, but any possible targets we want. One player I do want is Sangare from PSV. I think he would be quality. As we saw today, missing and Diddy in the squad, it's a bit of a sticky one. So yeah, I did quickly talk about Pepe. That's the only real one right now. It's rumoured about 15 million I have heard, which considering it cost Arsenal 70 million, you would base it on that saying that's pretty good. But I would probably take him, to be honest, but it's a bit of a risky one. I would rather just have Lukman because we know what he is. He's played in Leicester before, but I think Pepe, he's good. He's a decent player. Just hasn't really had the time at Arsenal really to perform. So yeah, that's just it's a bit of a random one though, isn't it? It's really came out of nowhere. Has Pepe to us, but I think Arsenal would be open to selling Pepe if the right fee is there. So yeah, who knows what's going to happen really. Our team is to yeah, exactly. Our atmosphere is trash. Hopefully that can change. Get rid of the clappers, boys. Stick them down there like I do. That's one thing we need to change. I am standing in the singing section for the game against Brentford. So Big Sports is going to be leading the boys on. Starting all the chants. So yeah, let's have it. But yeah, I think especially next year the atmosphere needs to improve a lot more, and it's been proven that when the atmosphere is good, Leicester are good. Look at the Man United home win, the 4-2 win, and the game against Liverpool at home. The atmosphere in them two, the class. What are the results? Leicester win. Simple. It makes the players play better. It's facts. The 12th man. Yeah, I think we'll see how that one progresses. I think that's the main rumour right now, isn't there? Obviously, I think we all thought that Beauregard was probably going to join. That's just kind of nothing's really been said about that. Orkun Kochku have been interested, but nothing's really gone on with that one either. So yeah, we'll just see what happens with that one. Talking of Arsenal, we'll see how Tielemans goes. Could we have a swap deal for Tielemans and Pepe, and then Arsenal give us 10, 15 million, something like that? That could be a potential. It's unlikely, I know, but there's nothing to talk about. But Pepe, would you guys take him or not? Let me know your thoughts. For me, surprisingly, sorry, I would be open to the transfer. I know Arsenal fans are not the biggest of fans of Pepe, and he's been like taking the mick out of, and he should be because they paid like 70 mil for him, and he's performed worse than Harry Maguire. So yeah, to get him for 20 mil for a player of his ability before Arsenal, it could be worth it, but it just depends how much that Arsenal move has affected him and made him pretty shit. So we don't know about this thing, guys. Stay hydrated as well in the seat, by the way. Monday and Tuesday is not going to be fun, but yeah, obviously, I do expect there to be some rumours and movement next week. Hopefully, we can have just something come out, something a bit different. Hopefully, some progression, maybe in the Beauregard deal. So Pepe would be good, just a price tag. Yeah. One thing I do like that name as well. But one thing about Pepe is his wage. I think the price tag's not too bad for 15, 20 million, but his wage he was going to be on a lot. So that's the thing. And as soon as you put a player on a high wage, like Vardy, Madison, Fofana, Schmeichel, going to be on the door saying that this guy's got this amount of money and we're sat here with nothing and we're better players. So that's the issue with that. But obviously, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If Leicester want to progress as a football club, we need to scrap the wage structure and make a new one, really, because it's a bit outdated, I think. But yeah, I think that just stems down to our issues right now. Too many players on too many high wages. Brian Bertrand's on 80 grand a week. 80 grand for that. He's done absolutely nothing apart from play well in a flipping pre-season game against Villarreal. Joke. 80 grand a week. It's not just him as well, but 80 grand a week, it's just crazy. That's why no one's putting a bid in him, because he's too bad to play for us. So no one's going to obviously buy him because I haven't seen him play for a while. I know he's got an injury, but same applies to Hamza, Vestergaard, all them type of people. I think Vestergaard, it depends on our start. If Leicester sit deep in the box and don't play a really high line, Vestergaard could actually work quite well, because we saw today his passing ability is very good. And sometimes I think we do lack that player to bring the ball out the back, switch to play a long ping like 40 yards to like Barnes or whoever's on the right. Would be ideal if it was Lookman, but could be Pepe. But yeah, would Pepe even play? It's a good question. I think he's better than Perez. He's definitely better than Mark Brighton. But yeah, that's the thing. What formation are you Leicester going to play? Because in the second half today, we play with a 3-5-2, and obviously that's or 5-3-2, and obviously that's not gonna. It's not going to include a winger, is it? So that's the thing. We've only got really one out and out winger right now in Barnes, and obviously Barnes is a good player. We don't want to put Barnes to waste, but if you think about it like this, if someone puts a big offer in for Barnes for 40, 50 mil, we accept that, switch to a 3-5-2. It could work, to be honest, because we've got the wing backs in Ricardo, Justin Castagna to bomb on. We've got three good strikers in, obviously Daki and Action Vardy, and obviously two of them can play up top. Ian Vardy could work. Ian Daka could work. So yeah, but yeah, I've gone on a long tangent. The Fox. To answer your question, potentially. If you played 4-3-3, I think he would. To be honest, what do you guys think? Though it's not all about me. It's not all about these sports. Yeah, Pepe. To be honest, boys, I'd be happy if anyone joins us. To be honest, because there's nothing happening. But I think it will be an interesting transfer, a bit of a risky one, but it could definitely work out. And if we sign up for 15 million, if it doesn't work out, and obviously 15 million is a lot of money, but in football terms, it's not too much, is it? In the Premier League for Leicester, so yeah, it's just one of them. Leicester definitely have enough money to buy players. I think some people get it twisted. We just without the squad space. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Kieran Doodle must be captain for Leicester in the future years. When Schmeichel leaves, which maybe now, at the end of this season, Kieran's going to have a lot more experience, and he definitely, I think he'll suit that role. He's a local lad from Shepshed, up the road from me. I do know, well, I kind of know his parents, so big up to Kieran. But yeah, I think new contract till 2025, I think it is for Kieran. So yeah, he could definitely be a captain. James Maddison could be a potential captain as well. Obviously, he's got 2 years left on his contract. If he signs, a big contract, that would be, mate. If we signed him, that'd be unbelievable. I can't see it happening, but I'd snap your hand off for that Kunde baller. One player that talking of Chelsea though, Levi Colhill. Now, obviously, Chelsea are signed Koulibaly today. Obviously, linked with Kunde, just like you said. If they sign them too, I think Colwell is going to be leaving, and I think Colwell's here. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, but he's a very good player. Played for Huddersfield last year, scored a goal in a playoff final. Cheers to that, mate. But yeah, he's a great player. He's a good talent on Chelsea's books. England youth player. I think Colwell would be a good player. And if you have two very fast modern day centre backs in Fofana and Colwell together at the back, that would form a very good centre back partnership for years to come. And that's one player I think we could potentially sign. So yeah. I love Pepe, it's just whether he's a waste of money. Yeah, exactly. I think I agree with that. I think if we can put his wages down a little bit, I think that would be ideal. But yeah, the wage may be a slight issue on Pepe, but yeah, I think he would be a risk worth taking. Really, obviously, Lookman's worth a similar price. Lookman or Pepe, I think that's what you have to really look at. I can't see a signing Noni Madueke from PSV. I think that one's a bit in the past now, so I would definitely take him as well. But yeah, it comes down to it's just that right winger spot again, and we still haven't replaced Riyad Mahrez. It's true. Listen, I've got a train going past my window now. Here we go. I don't know if you can hear it, to be honest, but big up. I think Kunde's too good for Leicester. Yeah, 100% agree. Yeah, I think he's a bit. If you had Champions League, maybe, but yeah, I can't really see it happening. So yeah, it would be if we signed him, that'd be the signing of the season, 100%. That yeah, I think that'd be good. But I think a centre back is we could do with a new one, but I think it's not the position we really need. I think if we're going to sign anyone, I'd rather we sign a new winger, really, and maybe a new centre midfielder, depending on the Tillman situation. But yeah, I think obviously with Dennis Pratt having a good game today, it could potentially sway Roger's opinion on obviously selling him or loaning out. So sports risk call. There we go, facts. Yeah, 100%, definitely. Like I said, I'll be happy if you sign anyone, really. Happy if we sign flipping bring back big Wes Morgan. Might as well. Yeah, I'd definitely take him. I think, he's the epitome of a modern day baller, a modern day centre back, and that's what you want. He's good on the ball, playing back. He's fast. That can allow Leicester to play that high line, which I think we want to do. And I think it's just the pace of the other centre back, which is the only issue for us. I think playing that high line definitely suits us. It definitely pushes further forward, control the game, dictate the tempo. Obviously, play our game and looking to attack teams, which I think obviously Leicester are going to try and go with that a bit this season going forwards. But yeah, Colwell for me, definitely. I'm not sure on the price. Southampton have shown interest in him as well. Yeah, one thing last week we want to sign Jan Bednarak. Jan Bednarak. I'm not being funny, but we're going to sign 3 players out of the back 4, which we scored 9 goals against. If you can see the hat trick to Jose Perez, I'm sorry, but you ain't good. Why are we signing Birch and Vestergaard and Bednar out. We may as well sign flipping Yoshida next, or flipping who else they got? Romeo. It's like, it's just mad, isn't it? Terrier. Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, I think I did a video on him, didn't I, from Stade Brand? I can't remember, but yeah, there's Terrier, there's True Fair, there's Beauregard. There's a lot of good players in Rennes. We're not doing anything as always. So yeah, it's just so frustrating, boys. It's actually frustrating. I don't know if it's just me, but this window, I thought we were going to make like 6 signings. We're the only club in the whole league who hasn't signed a single player. And now Rodgers is back. I know it's not Rodgers' fault really. I think it's more down to Rudkin and the recruitment team. But yeah, from ACA it would be good. Yeah, exactly. He's a quality player. He is. Yeah. Obviously, yeah, he plays alongside Vestergaard, doesn't he, for Denmark, Schmeichel. We could have a little triangle there of the Danish connection. Yeah, today I heard we were linked with Kasper Dolberg from Denmark as well, and that's a bit of an interesting one because I do believe he's a centre midfielder in a number 10 role, so like James Maddison. So that's a bit of an interesting one. But he's a good player. I think we were linked with him last year. But yeah, just before we wrap things up, boys, we'll stay on here for about another 5 minutes. So it is called the Foxes 30, but tonight it'll be called the Foxes 40. So there we go. But yeah, get the likes on the stream, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll be doing this like next week, probably on Monday or Tuesday. We'll do another one on Thursday or whatever, and then that sort of thing. So yeah, standard. I would take Pepe, but again, he might be too expensive. Yeah, it's just one of them, really. We just got to test the waters. We may as well put a bid in and see what Arsenal say. I think, you know, Leicester are never going to know if he's going to be too expensive or not if we don't, you know, approach the player and make contact with Arsenal. But yeah, based on how Leicester have obviously messed around with them with Tielemans and Maddison in the past, I think they may make it a bit difficult for us to negotiate with them. So we'll see what happens in that one. But to be honest, I think there is some better wingers out there for the price we could get, but it's just a case of if we can do it, really. But not tomorrow, next week, I hope we can have at least one player out of the door, whether that's Hamza Chowdhury. It's just, I can't see it happening, though. I cannot see. I was going to say Bertrand and Vestergaard, but it ain't going to happen, is it? There's no links whatsoever. And you know the transfer, and you know, in the modern day, everyone knows the transfer is going to happen before it actually happens, and you usually know about a week before. We haven't got anything. That's why I'm worried about. Like usually by now we have a few here we goes from Big Fabrizio Romano. We haven't even gotten any of his tweets. It's madness. It is an absolute madness. But yeah, I think I might do a video on this whole transfer thing because it's just strange, isn't it? I think some people, I think most of you guys know the situation, but some people think we don't have enough money. I think we do have enough money. Like I said, it's just a play case of the players. Yeah, I kind of agree with you there. I think Bednarek's not. I've seen him do all right, but then again, I've seen Vestergaard and Bertrand perform quite well for Southampton. I think to be honest, when Leicester first signed Vestergaard, I was actually really happy. I was gassed. I thought he was like proper good because, you know, he plays for the Denmark national team. He's always in there doing well, scores goals from corners. You would have hoped he could defend the corner. Clearly not. But I think, to be honest, I think Vestergaard there is a good player in there. It's just a case of if Leicester can extract that good player and not play too high line, because obviously we all know Vestergaard's slow. He can't really help that. Obviously, he makes some rash decisions here and there. His tackles are a bit all over the place. But one good thing about him is his passing ability. And if you look at when big Harry Maguire slaphead was at Leicester, the balls he played to get us on the front foot, the big, you know, crossfield, 40 pings left, right, and centre. I think that really could help us going forward. I think Fafana has got the ability to do that, but I think Vestergaard's a bit more composed with that type of thing. But yeah, I would like to see Vestergaard be given another chance. But if you have to sell him to sign someone else, I'll be happy for it to happen. But yeah, that's what's going to happen. Obviously, it's Brendan's decision at the end of the day. So yeah, I think we just got to wait and see what happens, boys and girls. I think, you know, it's frustrating. But yeah, my hair's on the mare today, boys. I haven't put anything in it. Yeah, I would say about it's Vestergaard. Yeah, to be honest, I don't really know. I think if you're going to sign one player from Southampton, why don't we sign James Ward-Prowse? You know what I mean? Like, knowing Leicester, actually, yeah, Leicester need a new right winger. What would you sign for Nathan Redmond or Theo Walcott? Imagine. I can actually see. I don't understand why we're so keen on signing players from Southampton. It's not like they're a good, they're a decent side, but they're not like a high Premier League side, are they? It's not like they're West Ham or Villa or Newcastle or whatever. It's crazy. It's crazy. I think what we need to do, we need to go out into a foreign league, let's say the Portuguese league, sign someone from there. I know it's easy for me to say it, but we've got good players from there in the past, like Ricardo Pereira, people like that. We just need to find someone like that, a bit European, not these Premier League Southampton players. I think it's good to have some slight Premier League experience, but some of the players we're linked to, it's just what are we doing? It's just crazy, isn't it? It is crazy. So yeah, right now, boys and girls, there's nothing, just nothing, is there? I've got nothing to talk about. This is what I wanted this year. I wanted to do loads of videos, but not happening because we're linked with flipping no one. But thank God the season started and Leicester are finally back playing. But yeah, drop a like on the stream, boys, if you have enjoyed it. I'll wrap this up in a few moments' time. Get some final comments, questions in the chat. If any of you guys are going to Derby away on Saturday, let me know. I will be there, so I'm looking forward to that one. Bednarak is okay. Yeah, he's right, but he's not really. If you said Leicester signing Bednarak, I don't think we'll be going. So I think it would be a way, not a win. But yeah, that's what I mean. It's not really a standout signing, is there? At Jan Bednarak, it's just like okay, but yeah, I think. Who knows, boys? Who knows what's going to happen? Oh, it's an equaliser. Do like that name. Big Harvey Barnes. I hope Barnes can perform this year. I think last year, I think he did quite well. Just his output was good. He gets good goals, good assists, but sometimes the games is just it's a bit quiet. I think he's just a bit all over the shop. But yeah, I think that showed it today. To be honest, he's good. He's good at getting past people, but sometimes his final pass and product is just a bit. He's a bit of an interesting player, Barnes, isn't he? He's just sometimes good, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe bad. So yeah, that's Harvey Barnes summed up in a nutshell, boys. Pepe, Nicolas Pepe. He must have something in him. He must have something good in him, Pepe, because Arsenal paid, I think it was 72 million from Lille. So surely he's got to have something in him. So it could potentially happen. We'll see how it progresses. I think obviously it's just Leicester are interested. We don't even know though. There hasn't been a reliable source really say it yet. But yeah, to be honest, one thing I want Fabrizio Romano to just say something. Really, I think that's the thing. Like nothing's even Tillemans. It hasn't really changed either. Arsenal are planning a 30 million bid. That's all we know right now. Would you? Yeah, Pepe over Barnes. I think Pepe's more on the right side, isn't he? But I think if we could just duplicate Barnes, I'll be happy with that. Really, we just need another Barnes on the right. Two Barneses for me would be all right. But yeah, once again, we're just lacking that right winger. Once again, Riyad Mahrez, come home, please. I know he's just signed a new contract at City, hasn't he? So maybe when he's done that, Riyad can come home. But yeah, it's crazy. We still haven't replaced Riyad Mahrez since 2018, 2019, I think it was. So yeah, crazy times. I think one player we could sell is Mark O'Brien, to be honest. Obviously, he's a legend for Leicester, but I think his time's up. He had a mare today. I know it's pre-season, but still, that's just my thoughts, really. I think just get him off the wage bill, free up some space in the squad, and that's what we need to do. But nothing is happening. I'd have same. I'd have anyone really, even Bednarak, to be honest, because I just wanted to sign somebody. I wanted to do something for once. So it'd be a bit embarrassing if Leicester are the only club by the end of the window who hasn't signed anybody who I thought we'd probably sign one of them, like the team with the most players, but clearly not. So yeah, Levi Colwill, Sangare, and Lukman. That's the three players who I want us to sign realistically, and I've got cramp in my leg. Ow. Oh, Jesus, sorry. But yeah, I think I'd definitely take them players. But yeah, Colwill, I think it would be I'm not even saying his name right. Cole. I don't know how to say his name. My leg is absolutely killing. Oh my God. Got cramp in my hamstring, boys. It's not fun. It's not fun, boys. I'm gonna wrap this up in a minute because my legs is not performing well today. But yeah, I've been in the Leicester medical department. But, yeah. There we go. But yeah, boys. Drop a like on the stream if you haven't enjoyed it. Get some final comments here. We'll wrap this up in a few moments' time. Obviously, today's game, 3-3 draw against OH Leuven away in pre-season. Obviously, Vardy on the score sheet with Daka and Keelan were all scoring a fantastic goal there as well. Attacking-wise, we look good. Defensive-wise, we look bad. Pepe over Barnes. That's a good debate, really. My leg has recovered. I can sit back. Oh, Jesus, that was a bit. That weren't fun. But I'd probably say no, really, because I think Pepe's more right winger, Barnes is more left winger. So yeah, I think it's an interesting debate to have. I do like the question. But yeah, Pepe's a right winger. He could be in the missing place, but it shouldn't be our first choice. I think I agree with that, to be honest. Yeah, Chester from Leicester, facts. I do agree with that one, to be honest. I think one player I want to sign. Why don't you sign Ademola Lookman? I just don't understand why we haven't done it. He's 50 million for a player who performed quite well for us last year, scored some good goals in some crucial games. He wasn't Riyad Mahrez by any stretch, but he was better than Perez and Albrighton. So I just don't understand why we don't do it. Benjamin Beauregard, he's a right winger, but he's very similar to Ayoze Perez. He's not direct, he's not fast. He's not really like Barnes who takes players on. But yeah, I think Barnes is probably he's better than Pepe, I think, right now. But yeah, I think Pepe, there's definitely a good player in him. There's a reason why obviously Arsenal signed him for 72 million a few years ago. So yeah, just hasn't really worked out from there, has it for him? So I think Arsenal would definitely be open to selling him. So surprisingly, I would take him. I don't really like the idea of signing a reject from Arsenal, but I think there's a player in there. So it's just a case if Brendan is a fan of him and if Brendan can extract the best from him. So yeah. Keep getting your thoughts on there, boys and girls. Pepe or Barnes, who's better? Pepe or Barnes, really. I think they could both play though if we do sign them, but yeah. Yeah, definitely, 100%, bro, 100%. Can't live with us every day of the week, every day of the next decade, 100%. Miles clear, 100%. I think he's just it's like another James Justin, youngster from the Championship, playing at he played at Huddersfield last year, who of course got to the Championship playoff final against Forest. A key part of their side going forward, a strong backbone. He's came from the Chelsea Youth Academy, which is obviously a very good academy who produce players such as Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham, Tomori, loads more. So yeah, Barnes. There we go. It is an equaliser. Yeah, I'll say Barnes, but like I said, I think they'll both play, can't they? So yeah, there we go, boys. You guys are the fans of Big Harvey Barnes, but yeah, there we go, boys and girls. There we go. Good debate there, boys. Good debate. Barnes or Pepe, that is it. I think obviously it's pretty much going to be Barnes, definitely, but maybe Pepe could be that spark. I don't know how old Pepe is. If someone could tell me in the chat, I would search it, but it'd probably mess things up. So I do believe he's not too old. I think he's still got a few. He's still decent, but yeah, there we go. I think we just need to just to end things off, a quick little thing. Leicester need to really look at the contract situation. We've got James Maddison who's running out in 2 years, and Diddy's same. I do believe, and they're two key parts of the team. And like Tillemans, last year we could have got 60, maybe 70 million for Tillemans. Liverpool were heavy linked with him. And if we don't like sign a contract for Maddison and then Diddy, we're going to be losing out on even more money. I think we need to really look at that situation because it's just going to get a bit out of hand if we don't sort things out. Obviously, we need to sign long-term contracts with Justin Pereira and Dewsbury, I think. So we love Sportsa, we do. Sunchu combined, yeah. To be honest though, Sunchu apart from last year, he was good, weren't he? So if Sunchu can get back to the same level he played at in the 2019-20 season and a bit of the 2021-22, 2020, the season after that, I don't know what it is, but yeah, if he can get back to those levels, so potentially 27. So you realistically should be hitting his prime right now while he's stuck on the bench at Arsenal. So I think Pepe himself would want to move, wouldn't he? To be honest, Sunchu did play well today. Yeah, I think he did. He looked pretty composed on the ball. I think that's it with Sunchu. If Sunchu can be a bit more composed and have that confidence, because when he's confident, he's happy to Cruyff, turn, flipping Haaland, Salah, whoever. He's happy to do that. So if Sunchu can regain that confidence, he'll be cracking. So yeah, That's it. Like I said, if Sunshine can get back to the levels he showed in 2019 in particular, not the summer of 2020. Obviously, the Bournemouth away game comes to mind. But if he can play as well as he did then, he was cracking. I remember the clip. He outpaced Mo Salah down the right hand side. You would never think you could do that now, could you? I think he's 27. He should be in his prime. Maybe he could do that. Yeah, that's the thing I'm saying. I think it could be a risk worth taking. It could be another big transfer failure. Most people would probably expect it to be a failure, but it could turn out to be quite nice. So, yeah, it's one of them. It's a big risk, but it could be a risk worth taking, I think, for the potential of Nicholas Pepe. Leicester can negotiate a good price, maybe a potential swap deal with Yuri Tillemans involved, with a bit of money coming to us. In that deal, I think it could potentially be worth it, and that could be a potential, but it's unlikely, I know, because obviously Tillemans and Pepe are completely different players. And if Tillemans does go, we need to sign a midfield replacement, in my opinion. We need to keep hold of Dennis Pratt, in my opinion, for that depth, and he's definitely got enough quality to be starting in the Premier League, potentially week in, week out, if he gets a decent run of games. Also, we've got Dewsbury Hall in there as well, James Maddison in there particular. And maybe, I think, another defensive midfielder could be key. Hamza Chowdhury, I think his time at Leicester is pretty much over. The Party Smendy, he's all right, but I just think he doesn't have that. He's not the same as a Diddy. He's not that player who sits in front of that back four or back five, whatever it is, and anchors that team and just has that bit of stability in front of them. I think that's what we missed quite a lot last year with Ndidi out injured. So yeah, if Ndidi can get back to his best this year, I know he's had a slight injury in training already. Hopefully he can get back to his best. Hopefully we don't bust anything either. But yeah, boys, like I said, I'm going to wrap this up in about a minute's time. I want to eat. I'm getting very hot in here. I've got a massive light in front of me. So but yeah, massive thanks to all you guys for coming in the show tonight. It's much appreciated. As always, good to have a chat about Leicester. What else are we going to do on this Saturday evening? So yeah, drop a like on the stream if you guys have enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for lots of Leicester content ahead of the new season and throughout the season as well, with vlogs, previews, reactions, transfer news, a lot. So yeah, I'll keep doing these shows. There'll probably be one on a Monday or Tuesday or maybe Wednesday talking about the Hull City match, and then we'll do a few more maybe on the weekend. I did say Sunday, Wednesday, something like that. So yeah, that's a plan. If you're watching this back on playback as well, a big thanks for tuning in tonight. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And yeah, boys, that is where I'm going to put a wrap on today's tune. The first episode, the debut episode of the Foxes 30, or in this case, the Foxes 52 minutes. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm in Sportsa, and I'll see you guys very soon in my next video. Peace, guys.